We all got those games that we want to play, but we all know we're never going to get around to them. And as you get older, guess what? Time gets more limited. And that's what this list is all about. The games that I wish I could play, but I know that I'm never going to get an opportunity to play in the long run. It's a pretty simple concept, but I know you can relate. So head down to the comments, let me know the game that you're probably never going to have an opportunity to play, that you've been wanting to play, but it's just not going to happen for whatever reason. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to join this little community as we get close to 30,000 subscribers. How great is that? And while this channel is built around retro and classic content, I do have a brand new channel I just launched last month called Craig Talks News, which I talk about news from gaming and entertainment space. Make sure you guys go subscribe to it. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment down below. And with that said, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig, and these are my top 10 games I'd like to play, but probably never will.
Number 10.
Number 10 on my list is a game that I've watched from afar but never had an opportunity to actually play. It's a PlayStation exclusive, which so many people seem to enjoy. In fact, it's actually getting a sequel very, very soon. It has robots, it has warrior ladies, and all sorts of crazy stuff happening. This is Horizon Zero Dawn. If you've ever played this game, I've always been extremely intrigued by this thing, just by the idea of it being kind of like this, as you see, kind of caveman-ish with a little bit of technology. This is very intriguing to me. I've seen all sorts of gameplay on it, but did they make a sequel to this? I don't even know. I'm so far out of the loop with this thing, but it looks like, to me, and I could be totally off, but from the outside looking in, it looks like a really like a Sony version of Zelda with some really kind of archaic, old school aspect to it with weird technology, and that sounds really, really fun. And this trailer came out in 2017. I think the Breath of the Wild was coming out at the same time. So of the two that I had to play, I chose to play Breath of the Wild, which, you know, it's got arrows and stuff. I think it's a natural comparison to say this is very much like a Zelda game, but I could be totally off because I never played it before. So let me know in the comments if this was worth it, if this is something that you were into, if this is something that I should definitely check out. And do that with all these games, because I truly don't know anything about this other than that a sequel disc came out. Apparently the first one was better than the sequel. I don't know. I just hear things. Oh my God, look at how cool that looks. I mean, come on. Can we talk about how amazing that looks? It's like these crazy technology dinosaurs. They got techno dogs running around and techno stegosauruses. And I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. Who doesn't want to play this? I want to play it. I just can't.
Number 9.
All right, this is a game that I've actually played and I actually have beaten, but I would love to go back through and play it again for a number of different reasons. And it's funny because I just mentioned this in my last one, my last entry. I'm talking about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is the original Switch trailer right here. And the reason I would love to go back and play this game, but I simply don't have time to go back and play, is because the first time I played it, I feel like I did the bare minimum of playing it. But this game is so much depth that I think it's GameSpot that is a series, even today, that they're releasing X number of things that you don't know about Breath of the Wild. And the series has been going on since this game's released, and they're still finding new things about this game that people didn't know. Obviously, I think this is probably, I don't know, a top 3 Zelda, maybe the first, maybe the second. It's definitely the best 3D Zelda. It's incredibly beautiful, incredibly fun, but I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface in the game, but I just don't have time to go back and play it, which is probably the most infuriating thing about this game. So as somebody who's actually gone through this game, seen everything that you're seeing right now, I still feel like there's like legitimately 2/3 of the map that I didn't see, because when I mentioned that I played through this thing, at the time when I played through this, I was playing through it with my daughter. And this was in, whenever it was released, 2017, 2018. My daughter was just a little bitty, so I had to hold her attention. So we would play little bits at a time. So the idea was, let's just get through this as fast as we possibly can. But in an ideal world, this is a game that I could sit down and I could stream for like 3 weeks and just go all in on it and play it with you guys. That's something that I would eventually love to get around to. But the reality is, it just takes too much time to go through and explore all the wonderful things that I want to explore in this game. But this is definitely a unique game because this is the only game on my list that I've actually beaten that I want to go back and check out.
Number 8.
Now, for number 8, you may be asking yourself, hey, Craig, why are you wearing something different than you wore last entry? And for the intro, this is your third costume change this entry. Well, yes, this costume, this hoodie, when I uploaded the video, long story short, it got flagged for copyright because number 8 is DJ Hero. If you guys remember watching back in the old Screw Attack days, I had DJ Crazy Craig. DJ Crazy Craig came from DJ Hero because I love the idea of scratching on turntables and flipping it. That's something like, as you know, as like a 41-year-old dude, I've always enjoyed doing things like that and scratching and music. And that's one of the things that I don't think people really know about me is I actually very much like music and I like the turntables and all. Even though I've never actually done them in real life, I love the idea behind it. But unfortunately, I can't show you how cool DJ Hero is. Just know that I loved it when I played it. Unfortunately, I just can't get around to playing it anymore because number 1, I don't have a 360 to play it on. Number 2, well, I have a hard drive. I guess I need to go buy a 360. And number 2, I don't have the actual peripheral that goes with it. I'm sure I can find one on eBay, but at the end of the day, it just takes time. And I really don't have it. I don't care that much to play it, but I still very much have a lot of great memories. But just trust me, DJ Hero, super fun.
Number 7.
All right, I legit don't know pretty much anything about this game outside of everybody says this is the best game ever. And now I really want to play it because there's a movie or a show coming out about it. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Talking about The Last of Us, a zombie game that is kind of like a, I know Ellie is the character, and then it's got the dad, and I kind of know the premise of what happens in it, but there's like it's all built around relationships and stuff. But this is the type of game that I can't sit down and play because it takes so much time to play. I know they've done a remaster of this, and there's twists and turns and all sorts of stuff, but my general thought is I would probably enjoy watching the show more than playing the game. And I don't really know why, but I think that generally the idea is like if you're playing a game, you're experiencing the movie of it. So the show or the movie is kind of redundant, but I don't know. Everyone says this game is awesome. It won Game of the Year a zillion times. The remastered version was spectacular. And it just looks super fun, but I've just never got around to playing it. And I know that's like very shameful of me, but I really don't care because, you know, sometimes you just don't have time. Oh my God. I don't know. Should I play this game? I feel like all these games are streamable that I should like really get in and give it a go sometime. But once again, let me know in the comments. Should I sit down and give this one a go? It's The Last of Us. Thank you, PlayStation.
Number 6.
All right, so what got me excited about this game recently was, admittedly, I had totally forgot about this game, but I saw this game actually on a stream. I think we saw a trailer or some gameplay of it, and I was like, holy crap, that looks amazing. And they made like 2 or 3 of these games, and it's a superhero game, which, you know, superhero games are kind of hit and miss. But this superhero I've always really enjoyed. And I'm talking about Batman, specifically the Arkham City games. These games look really, really fun to me. But once again, as I've seen gameplay, it looks so Batman that I want to be a part of it. There's the Arkham City game, then there's like Arkham Asylum, and then there's whatever. I don't even know what the order is of them, but I just want to play the Batman Arkham games. Because it looks like you got the Batarangs and you got the Two-Face guy and it looks like, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. And I'm not a huge comic guy, but I do love games where you can play as Batman. I like Batman video games. So I think this would be mega fun to play. And it looks like the combat is like super fun. So the general thought is that these games are really good and I feel like I'm missing out when it comes to them. And you can tell, like, it looks like the colors kind of washed out and stuff. Oh, there's Harley Quinn and all that fun stuff. But, you know, it's Batman. He's kind of sneak and you go in and you take these guys out. And that, when I was watching gameplay of this, it just looked so fluid. And I guess that's the best way to describe it. It just looks super fluid. And I like a game that has like a really fluid combo system when it comes to beat 'em ups and stealth. And I guess that's the way to describe this would be like a stealth beat 'em up. So Anyways, yeah, I would like to play Batman, Arkham, all of them.
Number 5.
This is quite possibly the game that I get requested most to play. And I understand why, because everybody seems to like it. But I have a history with, I guess, the spiritual successors with these games. And we did an entire series at Game Attack called Death Days. But there's a new game out called Elden Ring that I've yet to play, but everybody says it's just like Dark Souls, only better. It's like an open world version of that. That's pretty much all I know. If you like Dark Souls, if you played Breath of the Wild, it's like Dark Souls, Breath of the Wild. And that to me sounds incredibly awesome. Outside of the fact that I am now a Dark Souls god, and I'm excellent at Dark Souls games after beating pretty much all of them. Now, I haven't played them in several years, but I don't know if this is like a spiritual successor, or if this is its own thing, or if this is just made by the developers or what. But I do know this game won the Game of the Year, and now you have a horse. But it looks really, really fun in a weird kind of torturous kind of way, which it looks like that thing had a dong on it, and it was literally a bell. But it looks extreme. I mean, I know it's from Software, who did the Souls series, and there's climbing and there's torches and everything else. So I don't know. It looks pretty fun, and I'm sure that if I was to do some sort of Death Days style programming again with this, we'd get a big kick out of it. But once again, I just don't have like 20, 40, 50 hours to sit down and play these games right now. But it has big old bosses and cool weaponry, and I'm sure it has some sort of leveling system and all the weird, crazy things from the Souls series that only like the psycho weirdos know. And you psycho weirdos, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And I'm sure you psycho weirdos could absolutely help me guide my way through this game if I was to play it. But as for right now, I haven't had a chance to play it. I don't think I probably ever will, unless I was to have some sort of crazy stretch goal to play this in some sort of streaming thing. So, I don't know. Blood, open world, Zelda. I'm down.
Number 4.
When it comes to video games, I like to feel like I'm doing superhuman things. And I think that this game in particular is something that I've always kind of marveled at from afar. Pardon the pun. I just realized the horrible pun. I'm talking about SpiderMan for the PlayStation 4. This game looks really, really fun. Just kind of swinging around and doing all sorts of Spider-Man things. And everybody says this game is great. And I think they made a sequel, and it was like the PS5 killer app. But I want to go back and play the PlayStation 4 one. Because it just looks like, it goes back to, once again, talking about the combo system. The combo system in it looks really, really fun and exciting. And I remember seeing this and be like, wow, that looks really cool. And seeing all these, I don't know, just Spider-Man doing all the things a spider can, including whipping a guy up in the air, grabbing him and turning him into a spider web and then hanging him to die. I mean, that sounds really great, doesn't it? So this is super fun. What the hell is that? Come on. Like the free roaming ability of this looks really amazing. And I love the, come on, environments that you can just destroy guys with. I'm all in on. And you can see why I was attracted to the Arkham series, because you can do some of these things with Batman, but with this game, like, it's more like free movement, and it looks so much fun. So if you played this game, please let me know in the comments what you think of this game, because it's just called Marvel Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. Man, let's go. Oh, that's awesome. Come on. I know this is probably all QuickTime events, but look at how cool this looks. You know, there was an old Screw Attack Top 10 where we did like top 10 coolest characters. It's like 15, 16 years ago now, like 2007. And one of the things we had Dante from Devil May Cry doing all sorts of crazy cool things in it. It was a little montage. That right there outdid everything that Dante did, except in real time in a video game. And that's awesome. Amazing. I love everything about that. God, I wish I could play this game. God, I wish I could play.
Number 3.
All right, Internet, you ready to get mad at me? Nah, don't get mad at me. It's a video game. I'm talking about the upcoming game, Hogwarts Legacy. All right, look, I do not know anything about Harry Potter. Legitimately, I don't know anything. I've seen the very first opening sequence of it, and I've seen the very, very end. But I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about anything Harry Potter. What I care about is that you're a wizard and you can fly and it looks kind of open world and you can do all sorts of crazy things with a magic wand. And you're like, it's crazy magic land. And that to me sounds really good. I don't even care if this was Harry Potter or not. It just looks really, really fun to me whenever I look at this. And the sad thing about this is that I'm never going to have time to play it. That's the worst thing about it. It looks really amazing with all these crazy mythical characters and I guess the Harry Potter legacy behind it. Like I said, I don't know anything about it, but it just looks really, really fun to play. And towards the tail end of this trailer, it goes into all the crazy things that you can do. And it really just kind of is like, yes, I like that. Yes, I like that. Everything about this I like. As this guy tells you about all the little things that are happening. And when I watch a trailer and I'm like, okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah, I like that. It makes me want to play it. You know, it's on that thing. I think I rode that thing at Universal Studios once. I think so. I don't know. But look at this. You know, I've never actually played through the Dark Souls games as a magic guy, I don't think. So this kind of looks kind of, I mean, obviously not difficulty-wise, but it looks kind of Dark Souls-ish just with magic and range, and that sounds really fun. And I guess you could be kind of bad. And look at that. You got unicorns and Pegasus and all sorts of fun things. So, look, haters gonna hate. I get it. Whatever. I'm just in for the wizards, you know, and that's really what I care about. Give me some wizards, some magic, and I'm down.
Number 2.
This is probably going to be the biggest shocker on the list for a lot of folks because a lot of people will be like, as soon as this game came out, you probably expect me to play it as soon as it came out. And I wanted to. And I hear everything about this game is spectacular. Quite possibly the best game of the series, which is crazy to think about considering I made an entire website built around a power-up from this franchise. I'm talking about Metroid Dread for the Nintendo Switch. This game looks awesome. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and play it. And I love Metroid. I love everything about it. I just can't find 12 hours to sit down and go through it. And that makes me very sad. I feel like if I was to go through and play this game, I'd want to make another website called like Various Suit or something along those lines. But I don't know, man. Like it's 2D. It has a 2D action to it, and that's really all I want. It has some crazy crawling ability, and it looks exactly like everything that I want. And even just watching this trailer right now, it makes me so sad. Now that I'll tell you this: the one thing that gives me pause about this game, certainly not the music. The one thing that gives me pause about this game is and this is going to sound so stupid, is the movement of your gun, shooting at different angles. And I know that's really, really dumb because people say this game's outstanding, but it looks terrifying. It looks terrifying. Like, I'm a big old whiny baby, and this looks absolutely terrifying in every way, shape, and form. I don't even know if I can play through this game, but I want to play through it. I wish I could, but I'll probably never get an opportunity to do it. Good Lord, that's scary. Look at this thing chasing you. I have anxiety watching this thing right now. You get pinned against the wall. Oh my God. Okay, just kidding. I will never play this game. It's too terrifying. Let's go.
Number 1.
I am so sad that I've never had an opportunity to play this game because this is, I guess, the sequel or a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games I've ever played. A spiritual successor to a Super Nintendo game that I love dearly. One that I've always wanted to play, that I've watched from afar once again, that unfortunately I don't think I'm ever going to get around to play. Not because it's not available, but because it's on a console I don't really even have anymore. Talking about Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. By regards, a lot of people say it is essentially the sequel to A Link to the Past. I love Link to the Past, and this is more or less Link to the Past 2. And that makes me happy. And the fact that I haven't played this game makes me very, very sad. And everybody says this game is awesome. You can like crawl through the walls and stuff. But I don't have a 3DS. I don't have a 2DS anymore. I'm sure I can go out and buy it. But if they made a Switch version of this game, I would absolutely 100% definitely try to play this game. And the music, it's Zelda. I mean, just the idea that we're looking at this on like kind of a 2DS screen, you know, I mean, this looks just like a modern version of Link to the Past. And I love Link to the Past. Good Lord. And it pains me that I haven't had a chance to play this. The idea that I have not played a Zelda game hurts my soul. This looks like such a cool feature here as well. Merging with your surroundings, going in. Oh, that looks so cool. Good God, that's great. How cool. Oh, like what a cool little feature. That's like, hey, kids, this is what Nintendo does, what Sega don't. If that's a horrible, that's not what it was. It was Nintendo don't. Yeah, there it is. Either way, I flipped it on you. But I don't know, man. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you this. I did think low rule was the dumbest freaking thing I've ever heard of in my life. High rule and low rule. Oh my God, somebody should have been fired for that shit. All right, please click my face to subscribe for more top 10s and more ranking videos here on this fun little channel. And of course, go check out my brand new Craig Talks News channel and go watch more videos right here. We'll see you guys next time.